dentro la cabina, muerto comiendo pechurina, en la disco todo el mundo me estima. Los bitch, aterrizo y me bajan la club, me toca la china y tú debes ser torpe. Llego Ronald 3 veces la corte, el crepañito, el triller el toque. El Magic Token, salgo a la calle y ellos no se toquen. Yo represento la calle Santurce, un boletazo que me toque. El coche la coroche, 2003. Vamos en la ola, matamos nosotros la red de 3-3. Los salos no deben de fuerte, aquí ya tú porque yo hablé. Porque que estamos cambios en la calle 3-3.
Resurgence. Gas is closing on your position. Suggest you start running. Survive to redeploy fallen teammates. And earn points on the front. Enemy soldiers nearby. Occupation scan. Better be pro when the scan starts. Fight or hide. One of your allies is back in the game. Position compromised. Good luck. On my way. Targets were detected by the scan. Hunt them. Occupation scan is over. Don't...
Never mind. New plan. We're not the first ones here. Be careful. Forget that. Never mind. New plan. SOG marked.
You're the last one standing, soldier. Survive until others redeploy. Bounty targets up. Take them down. Squad member is redeployed. Move on my waypoint. Setting waypoint. Located arm. Nearby comms tower activated. Sweeping for enemy locations. Enemy UAV active. Gas is right on your tail. Located a supply box. Secure that position. Enemy UAV active. Loadout drop headed your way. You made the top 25. Nearly there.
Someone takes that back.
Loadout drop inbound. Contract failed. Your time ran out. Gas is moving in.
Hostile contact. Hostile contact. I'm still stuck.
see pushing up.
Move a spot. Move a spotted. Hostile operator. Bad guy. Front.
Oh, Lord.
Hostile dropping into the enemy precision airstrike. Stay alert. Enemy UAV active. Got contact. Enemy UAV active.
Get downstairs. Come on in the house.
Enemy precision airstrike. Stay alert.
Hostile contact.
5 remain.
noise on A, show some presence, and then hopefully catch them on this B push. But they've been caught here as well, detected, and I think this is going to have to be a reset out of Paper X with that early round. A lot of this comes down to if Dirk is going to be caught in mid or not. It's just so much info for Fnatic to hold for free.
And they're slowly making that rotation back towards this B side. Now, Althea is holding his wall. You kind of expect it to be a little bit deeper. Instead, though, you're going to have the showstopper from Jing. It does a lot of damage, but actually Enzo lands the shot, taking one at least. And still a couple of players are around this angle. The wall's been used to almost give them an avenue back in on the retake. But with the lurk finding Mystic, they might just rotate here.
Yeah, that got Durka pulling back out of mid as well. Forsaken fills in that information, fills in the gap. And on short, that battle going down, it has Durka fully distracted. That calls for reinforcements, and so Forsaken strikes. Beautiful execution by Paper X. This early round really didn't go their way, but they have recovered so nicely on that. And it's Mind Freak to close the round with a triple.
Yeah, he's been so impressive already so far this tournament, but the thing that has been wonderful from Paper X, especially in this sort of round, is there's always a lurk, even when you think the lurk has faded. So Mind Freak, the initial lurk, catches players as they rotate. Then when he's the aggressor, he's the front man, Forsaken becomes the lurk. And that's what makes this team so devastating is you're like, oh, well, everybody must have rotated because Mind Freak's now leading the charge. It's the complete opposite. They're still holding to make sure that you're caught in their trap.
Yeah, it was really, really nice, and that filling in that space for Forsaken is something we'll see many, many times out of this guy. We talked about it, his neon aggression in the earlier telly that we had. Yep, that's some early aggression out of him there. A little bit more as he takes down Enzo. Of course, only pistols that he's up against, and, well, Paper X not having too much trouble.
Oh, really clean. The aggression basically caught off almost instantly by a flash. Durka has to just almost betray his teammates, like, sorry, Alpha, this one's on you. And, yeah, again, just flawless out of Paper X. Leaving just Boaster, last man standing, not really able to have much impact in this round, and Paper X make that one look incredibly easy.
So Durka gets out of that with a tour de force, if I'm not mistaken.
Yep.
Coming out of that one, yeah, I'm almost surprised that there wasn't a little bit more investment. Some creds dropped over to a teammate. And actually, you're almost seeing why. They kept up that money for a glass cannon operator in this round. It seems Dirk has bought in the background. I'm very confused as to what's going down economically here, Tom.
Yeah, I guess maybe he expected to get a kill in that round and use it as an economy boost, but I don't know why you wouldn't use it as an economy boost now. I guess they're just saving it because they go, well, why waste it in a round where the rest of us have weapons when he can win us a round where we don't?
I suppose so. I heard the tour de force popped. I'm led to believe that's Forsaken and not Durka losing his mind.
It could also be the fact that there's a null command. And it's just like, does he want to go into a position with no weaponry?
Absolutely nothing, yeah.
So it's like you're looking at the ultimates on the other side and you're going, okay, I'll play my operator so I definitely have a gun. And you know what? I like Dirk having a gun as well.
Yeah, they might expect it in this round. It could be a next level play out of Durka, but he's not in the right position to find them. They've gone in towards the A side, and, well, Dirk is now left in mid, op in hand, no shields, and an Odin for Enzo spraying away, finding nothing. Durka won't even get a chance to fire a bullet. This is a depressing round for Fnatic, Tom. They had their ideas with their op and their Odin, but that A side hold just did not match up.
No, and normally someone who is incredibly good on this map in particular is Mystic, but thus far kind of getting shut down, like either caught on rotations or even just in this round, just straight up entry. And a lot of the fights that Fnatic were taking there, they're risky. You're basically facing off against the full force of Paper X, and well, I think thing that Paper X does maybe better than anyone. Firstly, getting entries, but secondly, just that raw trading off the fact that their synergy is so on point. So to try and take those risks, okay, maybe it works against lesser opposition or the opposition you know, but versus Paper X, it was never really going to happen.
Jing obviously feeling pretty good today. Swinging out for a couple of those early duels. Blast packing his way through the air. It was a drop shot, so to speak. Fnatic have called a timeout now. That's what the extended replays are about. These guys having a little bit of a chat. at it. But look, this is their map pick. This is somewhere that they want to be coming in and at least making it hyper competitive to start with. But bar the pistol, they've had very little to show for their efforts in this early stage. We're going to see this buy consist of a judge. I'm interested to see. I assume Durka will use the tour de force. There you go. You've already used up. But again, it's towards the A side. PaperX this time, though, playing much more of a default, Tom. This isn't like the last round where they blitzed into the other side, avoided Durka's off completely, and won the round in a matter of seconds. This one's going to be much, much slower. Maybe giving the opportunity for Durka to find one a little later.
Yeah, in a very aggressive position. You can actually see the early utility use from PaperX as well, is expecting him to be in B main. They had a gravity wall to just try and pull him into the open. Forsaken has dodged this. I don't know if they'll expect him to be this close. Peek around the corner though, he's straight into a judge. And of course it's the classic that gets the kill from Enzo. Now trying to retrieve that extra weaponry, and Enzo has done just that, so maybe something a little extra. Devi is playing, again, this is the second time now we're seeing him play the Odin on the attack.
Oh, you can't judge him when he just blasts right past you, Jing. Huge space taking, huge damage. Enzo down low. The shield stripped from him. You can see Alpha, 67 HP. The tags healed up on some teammates at least.
Fnatic, they didn't rotate. That's the thing, they didn't rotate. After the last round where they got baited in by the switchback, they've actually left players behind. Mystic has slowed them right down. The only player still here is Devi.
30 seconds, 25. They've got to get a move on, and that slow is still there. Even more so now, Durka connecting that kill. It puts a slow field on the floor. He is a trap to cover them pushing through. They're going right back, but this side is still stacked up. Devi's been waiting patiently. Good spam, good damage. 6 seconds though. They need a plan right now. They're already planting an Alpha. Just let them pass. He baited them in and won the round for the team. Utterly ridiculous as Fnatic take 3.
This was a perfect adaptation from Fnatic. They have been pushed and pulled with these rotations throughout, with lurks being left behind, and this time they gamble. They go, you know what? We're in a round where we have some weaker weaponry. We've still got 3 players within the site. You can have mid. You can have it, and we'll just play those extremities and wait for you to rotate back into us. Mystic's timing on that nade was perfect, and then you just have the setup of, do you want to run into Durka with a tour de force with 25 seconds left? The answer for any team in the world is no.
I don't know, watching it back, if Alpha actually realized the player jumped past him, or if he just went, they're planting?
Where are they? Oh, hey, bud.
Guys, are they planting A? What's going on?
How you doing?
How did you get there? Just jumped right over his head.
I'm going to have to stop you doing that.
I can't let you do that, sir. Dirk has been spotted, and he doesn't know. It's his shoulder as he went back into the corner. He's going to try to make a move sometime soon.
Oh, how Forsaken is! He's just gone walking into the site alone. The danger of this man! And they've even spotted Boaster. This leaves just Alfia at the back of the site. He might have a res. He's even walled himself in. He's like, you know what? If you want to push me, you have to try and get through the tiniest corner in existence. This is such a ridiculous way to try to sit. And of course, Forsaken just walks in!
So that Prowler was breaking the wall. The wall broke. Forsaken went around the other side. I don't know if there was a gap that wasn't checked or the wall breaking drew the attention, but either way, Boaster here on 4 HP. 27 for Mystic. It's fair to say Dirk is going to have to do the heavy lifting on this one. He's at least found the first. That's Forsaken down. Suppression. Not going to have any post-plant stars or anything like that to worry about. Fnatic getting their way into the site. Benkai around the nade, but he's only able for the one. And a quick follow-up by Durka gets that diffused right on through.
Yeah, definitely a little bit close for comfort. Even though Alpha actually goes down after just a kill, I think even just his delay. I don't know if I've ever seen anyone do that with a Sage Wall. Mainly because it is slightly ridiculous. Just go, this is my boathouse. You're not coming in here. Just got my boats. I don't know. But it did buy them an extra little bit of time. The worry for me is that Forsaken is still able to do this. Like, basically just walk in. I don't think there was any utility for either kill that he got. It was just like, hey, I'm just going to try and pressure you. And he got a lot done. It was only down to that clutch and good read from Durka on the player behind that actually wins them the round.
Yeah. I mean, you saw how quickly those kills came in. That's something you're definitely not going to want to account the majority of rounds in. Prowler right away, but no worries. Durka's able to TP out, set up with Mystic, and again, that duel is found. Last round, Jing went blast packing into Wine to try and take down Durka, who just promptly TP'd out and had Mystic walk through and take the kill. Forsaken trying to take space elsewhere is caught by that double push out of Fnatic. And at this point, again, Paper Rex, they stall out. 3 versus 5, no real map control. And I mean, you still have that op of Boaster to worry about. Didn't think I'd be saying that.
You know, we'll see. He's basically just holding the most passive angle ever. Like, that's probably the reason behind
Hopping in
it.
our
It's just
spawn.
like, yeah, he's just
camping.
holding the cross.
He's actually camping.
He is.
It's one
he
of the
is.
only times you'll actually see that. But yeah, right in their spawn. The pressure is on B though. At least that's what it seems like, Mind Freak. He might just have thread the needle, I think he did! But Durka saves the day anyways, catching that frag, spike down on B. Bankai, not that pressured for time, and with Enzo gone, he might even get a plant out of this! The Boaster's up in the spawn the whole round, saves the day. Beautiful.
Yeah, I don't think Bankai expected to be peeking into an operator there, but even still, a nice attempt at the clutch. Again, I really like the way that I feel like Alfaya is using his walls in the most passive ways humanly possible. But one of them, the wall he's putting down there, is to allow his teammates back into the site if they need to retake without being pincered in from that spawn area, from that A main or B main area, sorry. So, like, it's really irritating. The thing is, though, if you look at the scoreboard right now, things are kind of weird. Like, you've got everybody on 6 kills, bar Boaster for Fnatic, who's on 7, and then you've just got Mind Freak and Forsaken way ahead at the top of the board. It's like, those players on those lurks and those sneaky plays were doing really well early on. Like, even Forsaken in the last round did really well, just being able to get into the site. But I do feel like Fnatic are getting more and more aware of it. Like, even though Mind Freak managed to sneak through that smoke, they watched that smoke, ready in case he was there.
Yeah, yeah, and that's why they were able to find that trade on him. You know, he did well to find that first, but having the second man to back them up, those are the sort of things we expect from teams of this caliber that we see pretty consistently. Now you're seeing the Paper X timeout come to a conclusion. Lost a couple of rounds now in a row, Tom, so resetting before things go a little bit too far. And this is a good round for it. They'll still come in with quite a lot of prospects, really. I think they can easily drop Bankai if they want to and land themselves a nice comfy buy.
Well, that's the thing, right? You've got yourself the Nightfall as well, which will be able to give you the information, and you've got a showstopper on Jing, which, if you've ever seen Jing play, is always going to be a terrifying prospect. Fnatic have been very aggressive just to almost try and deny this. But early in the round, again, mid-control going to be battled for, and Jing slowly making his way through B main.
Yeah, this round Forsaken's a little bit more of a duelist. He doesn't have a trap to play with, so it also means you got to up the pace from Paper X a little bit. They could be pushing A right now. There'd be no information there. 2 players already going to be stunned up on site. Unable to hear a damn thing. Deafened as the showstopper comes in. It's not finding the kill. It's not finding anything, but Jing made online for the back. That should be a nice, easy kill. And so the plant comes through. Paper X 4v2. Operator on Turk for the retake. Certainly not ideal, but he's moving it towards middle. And Tom, I see Devi sitting around there.
It seems like they do expect a lurk in every spot, but Devi just ready. Leaving Mystic alone, and while financially not in the greatest of spots, probably just going to try and escape out of there. Flash is good, and he's managed to steal the operator. Devi's blinded himself. I don't think he expected that to be the way the duel went, but Jing with a triple kill. A quiet game for him so far, but 3 kills in this round, almost just raw entrying on his own. I think he'll take it.
Just a good teammate there, Devi. You know, ult online, so he dies, so Jing can trade him, grab an ult orb.
Yeah, that's what
big,
it was.
Big brain Devi, we respect it, that's for sure. 5-5, Paper X, call a timeout, win a round. They've maybe got the winning formula pin, but as I said, that had to be a much quicker round from them. They didn't have their trap to cover off any control. This time around, they will have that available, although not placed in the pre-round, as you can see. They're going for a default again. Little bit of mid-skirmish coming out of Mind Freak. Presumably using some of his util.
Where is he going?
Late peeking.
He's just walking through the slow.
That's a strategy, all right.
Yeah. Fair enough, okay. He's tried to be a little bit cheeky and he's been shut down by Durka, who I guess for the majority of the map has been on the other side. He's been fighting in towards A.
He didn't even have an anchor, right? Like, that he was way past where his anchor reaches to inside that slow.
Maybe he was on the edge. I don't think he cared. I'll be
I don't think he gave a damn.
I don't think that was even a thought. He was like, hey, how far can I get? Are they going to stop me? He's walked into B multiple times and got a multi-frag. I don't doubt anything Forsaken does anymore.
Yeah, he does what he wants. Mystic picking up that frag. Oh, a nice spray reset, but leaves Mind Freak with a sliver of health. That's enough. Boaster stuck in the back of the site. Doesn't have the paranoia online anyways, so he doesn't mind about being powerless. What a timing from Mind Freak. Right up behind them in heaven. Alpha year's the last alive. Man has got a res online though. Maybe a chance. Oh! If he finds that kill, who knows?
Mind Freak is so nasty. He waits for them to break the window so that then he has the space to move through, because they're going to break that to try and sell the fact that they're going in the other direction, not having any idea that he would be that far forward. As I said, I feel like his lurks in this game so far have been the most impactful thing in this map, and he has Forsaken on his team. Like, he has been unbelievable. 14 and 6 at the moment, playing a lurk Astra.
I was gonna say he's sick today, but I don't want to curse it. Sensitive topic. 1 round for them to play for here. Paper Rex been doing well 2 in a row so far. This attack seeing a lot of presence towards A. Trap placed outside B for the control. They don't have to take it too fast, but well, Jing, he didn't read that handbook. He's right into the site. A is completely theirs. Great space taking.
Yeah, this is the pace that works best for Jing. You see him in the rounds where things are slow, maybe not playing his best game. You see the runs where they say, let's just go into the site. That's where Jing is dangerous. Now we're going to see the Cosmic Divide actually thrown in, locking him in under. Trying to give him that extra little bit of space. Both still fighting within the smoke, and actually Jing has gone down. Mystic being able to catch him out, smoking off the cross. They can actually start getting on the diffuser. They need to watch out though. Mind Freak is lurking in the back lines. You've seen the res already come through, and while Benkai is the only man standing, he's done a lot of damage onto the players, trying to get that diffuser, even manages to get the connection onto Boaster. They're trying to pressure him, and eventually they will. It will be a 6-6 scoreline, and honestly, Mitch, I think that's exactly where it should be.
Yeah, neck and neck at the half. It's certainly how it's felt the whole way through. Fnatic, they've managed to streak together a couple of rounds here on the defense in the middle, and that's the lifeline that they needed, keeping them alive in this half. Now we get to see their attack. And look, gotta remember, Paper X chose to start on the attack side. That's the half that they wanted out of the way, and they end up even. The question for our analyst desk is 6 enough?
Man, I don't know if you think I'm a wizard or something, but like, there's just no way I'm gonna be able to answer that question. This is an insane game. This is a genuinely amazing game that we're seeing between these two teams. And Bren, you know, already out of the gate, you're just seeing what players like Forsaken are able to do, the amount of space that they can take so fast.
Already just having a world caliber game, I think, between both of these teams, because when we saw Paper Rex playing the same kind of manner and stylism that they were going up against, I think it was Guild, the adjustments were coming way too late, but Fnatic are on a different level, even in EMEA. They're on a different tier, and that is manifesting here today.
Yeah, I mean, the adjustments have been fantastic out of Fnatic, but on top of that, Forsaken has just been having a fantastic game. We talked about the lurks, the casters were talking about the lurks. Both him and Mind Freak have been finding so many little gaps to give options in the mid-round for this team. Well, Jing is the star on the attacking side. It was Forsaken really taking that cake. But the biggest thing to talk about in this series, I think, thus far, has been Alpha and this Sage pick, because it was an attempt at a direct counter, and we saw some cool ideas. This wall in particular was something new that Alpha was showing us, and initially it was successful, right? You see that round there where the wall gets set on up, Jing goes into sight, he's isolated, but Paper X, they adapted off of it.
Yes, they made these adjustments. As soon as they see this wall being played, they make the play towards mid. But this final clip here that we have of Durka, this is the round 7 adjustments that Fnatic made with their defensive protocol. Durka sets up these angles, anticipating the rotations from Paper X. And I love honestly, the battle between both of these teams, because the mid-rounding was a huge element as to why Paper X was so good the last time they played Ascent. But Fnatic's calling and their structure are going pound for pound with Benkai. Boaster and Enzo, I think that IGLing presence when they're up against Benkai, it's manifesting here, and you can see how close it is in this game right now. 6 and 6.
Yeah.
Who knows which way this series is going to go?
I mean, the layers of adjustment have been insane between the two IGLs. I think the Sage pick, again, a massive part of that. The question now is, we head in towards the second half, who is on top? Because this composition, it's excellent for the defensive side out of Paper X.
All right, well, let's go ahead and send it right back to our casters. Tied 6-6. It's anyone's ball game here on Ascent. Mitch, Tom, take it away.
Well, let's see that defensive comp out of Paper X. Here's where they get to put their foot down and make a stop to Fnatic's win streak. Both of these teams, actually, 7 straight maps in a row. But you see there, Paper X, they've been looking damn good on Ascent this stage.
Yeah, that's purely on Ascent for Paper X. I don't think Fnatic have any. I think they lost their last game. So not
On
quite
this
as
map,
good.
yeah.
Yeah, on this map versus FPX. So a close one at that.
Christmas break before you move. Do you think he'll forget me? Of course not. You're his birth mom and a part of his life. Tyreek and I adopted him and never changed that.
Come on, baby. Keep going. You don't miss your flight. I can't believe your parents did not make it back to see you off.
I can.
I'll see you soon.
I'll see you soon.
Okay. I love you so much.
I love you too. You are my safe place from things that I can't face. When it all gets on top of me. How's the world? She's gonna be fine.
It's not her I'm worried about.
And yes, some may see giving up the pros to come play here at Princeton as a sacrifice. But for my son, there was no choice. Saving the school, saving this baseball program, giving back. Well, that's just who Damon Sims is. Folks, you are looking at the new face of HBCU baseball. And one day his portrait will hang in these great halls too. Thank you. Thank you so much. Well, he has just done a wonderful career by throwing away the MLB. Even I have to live this lemonade, I promise. But this is the last time. You really think one man can save a whole baseball program? That's all the questions for now. Thank you very much. Thank you. Thank you, everyone.
Ain't too special. Shut up, bro. Look, I gotta get out of here. Let's do it. Oh, okay. Ready to throw some gas? My name David Simmons. Hands on my ring.
Rocky got his big ass in my chair again.
Bro, you gotta keep the ball in front of you. What do you think I'm trying to do? Real practice ain't till this afternoon, brother. It's supposed to be warm-ups. Warm-ups? Wait, did y'all or did y'all not have an academic cheating scandal demolish this team? Yeah, and? And didn't y'all have to miss last spring as a result of that? What's your point? My point is that y'all are playing catch-up, bro. We don't got time for warm-ups. Every time we go hard or we go home. No excuses. Now let's go. Come on. Throw the ball, Damon. You better have. Hey, why have you been radio silent in our group chat these past couple months?
Because group chat is the reason my existence. Y'all know that.
Well, we're gonna cue you in real quick here. But first, I have to go handle Melinda, aka Chaotic Karen, before somebody throws her out a window.
Remember you're a residential advisor now, Karen? You can't lay hands on anybody.
I make that promise. I'm sorry. Did she make me worried?
I love you.
I love you too.
Wait, where's your entourage? Or at least that fine boyfriend of yours?
I'm kind of doing a college moving thing solo. My parents are. They couldn't make it. Jordan has a family thing, and then my aunt is stuck in some meeting with her partnership.
And me?
What?
I'll take the video. Let's go.
Let's go.
Oh, what you got in here? Why they insist on using prison cells as their inspiration for college dorms, I will never